Hello, and welcome to this guided meditation on mindfulness of breathing, where we'll be exploring cessation. That's just a word that describes the fact that things come to an end, that things arise, like, say, the sun rising at the beginning of the day, that things persist as change. So you have the sun moving across the sky, and the fact that things end, so that the sun actually sets. And as humans, we can find ourselves leaning into the next moment. We may be leaning into the moment out of a wish or desire for something. But sometimes, if we bring mindfulness to our experience, we may notice that we lean into experience because we don't want to experience the endings of things. There may be a little tension, agitation with the fact that things come to an end, things that we like, things that we care for. Through the breath, through the calming presence of the breath, we can learn to be at ease with the endings of things, to be at ease with the fact that things come to an end. At this point, you know the outline of our guided meditation. So there'll be some suggestions on how to practice. That'll be followed by a bell and then a brief reflection. So connecting with the felt sense of the body, sitting, standing, or lying down. You can be with a global sense of the body, the entire body, or you can sweep your attention from your head down to your toes, just inviting the different parts of the body to soften, perhaps relax, open, and let go of any tension or holding or bracing. So sweeping the attention through the body at your own pace and in your own time. Then shifting your awareness to the aliveness of the body, felt as sensation. So aware of any, say, tingling, pulsing, involuntary movements in the body, say a tiny spasm, maybe there's vibration that you experience in the hands, gurgling in the belly, maybe a heaviness in the legs, a lightness in the chest during the inhale, just bringing our awareness to these various sensations, these movements in the body, and aware that these movements, some of them will come to an end. All the little bursts of movement, very subtle, in the feet, the legs, uh, hips and pelvic region, the torso, the hands, arms, neck, and head. Just aware of any movement. Noticing that that movement comes to an end. Maybe part of a rhythmic occurrence, the endings, maybe pulsing. Just noticing the end of pulsing or vibration. The ending may be very abrupt, or it could be that the sensation end in such a way that they're quite gradual. Maybe there's a sweep of tingling felt in the arms. It starts out gradually, gets a little more intense, and it peaks. It slowly subsides and disappears. Aware the waxing and the waning, aware of the disappearing, coming to an end. The mind may wander, that's okay. And just smile at this tendency of attention. We shift our awareness to the inhale, aware that the inhale is a process that culminates in an ending. Just resting and receiving the inhale and the direct felt experience of the end of the inhale. Is there anything that occurs after the inhale? Is there space? As the exhale immediately start, shifting our awareness to the exhale, this changing process that culminates in ending. Aware of the direct felt experience of the exhale coming to an end. If there's a space between the end of the inhale and the beginning of the exhale, just resting and abiding in that space, perhaps even letting go into that space. Nothing to want or nothing to do, just resting in the space between. Peaceful, peaceful ending, peaceful space before the next arising. Just resting aware, peaceful endings, peaceful space before the arising. Aware of the ending of the exhales, noticing if there's a gap, space, just resting and abiding in that space. Peaceful ending of the exhale, peaceful space between the ending of an exhale and the beginning of an inhale. Just resting, aware. Just resting and receiving. Inhales, exhales, aware of their endings. Be a gradual ending or abrupt. Maybe somewhere in between gradual and abrupt. Just resting and receiving. Peaceful endings. Restful space after the endings. Noticing if the attention has wandered. Returning to the breath. That we're not altering in any way or manipulating. Just allowing the breath to be. Letting go. Aware of the breath coming to an end. Whether that's on the inhale or the exhale. You may notice that there are gaps between thoughts. Even our thoughts cease, come to an end, dissolve. We may start right back up again, that's okay. You're just aware, oh yeah, even thoughts dissolve, cease, come to an end. Thank you so much for your attention, for your practice. You can feel free to play with this theme of cessation, things coming to an end, and just noticing that things come to an end. So again, you might use your phone as a reminder, maybe an alarm that prompts you to just stop, call in mindfulness, this non-reactive, receptive, open, curious attention that can fill the body, aware of the endings of the breath, or even the endings of sounds. Right now, just playing with that as you just rest and receive the sounds of my voice, aware that sounds, vibration traveling through space comes to an end. Noticing that the day comes to an end. It's so easy for us to fret and worry and have regret over how a day went, but just seeing, oh, it's come to an end, letting go of any holding on or worry or concern or regret. Okay, it's gone. Here's this moment. And meeting that with our mindfulness, our kindness, our presence. Oh, just playing with noticing the endings of things throughout your days and resting in what may be experienced as spaciousness, a sense of rest between the endings of things and the beginnings of things. So, periods of transition throughout your day. Perhaps you have a meeting that you're going to. Before that, you need to write an email. So, you write the email, close up your computer, just noticing the ending of that activity, resting, taking that in, abiding, letting go, maybe just being with the breath, and then moving on to your meeting. So again, paying attention to endings, aware of transitions, the space between endings and beginnings, and just resting, abiding, kindly, patiently. Thank you for your practice, and I wish you a day of ease in noticing the endings of things. Take care.